I have been thinking about Tolkien's characterization of elves, and what it means to be an elven soul in this modern world now. It may not mean the same thing as it did in ancient times, but there are some things that never change in terms of qualities and traits that identify a person as an elven soul today. Tolkien helped the elves grow up a bit from always being the impish and mischievous things that would sour your milk and fix shoes for you in the middle of the night. He brought the nymph of the forest into higher society with a class all of their own, and represents a very sovereign human-like being. Elven is a loaded word, and one that can instantly bring up certain ideas and images to the mind. Sometimes elves are made fun of in society, or thought of as arrogant or silly in their mystical ways as they are sometimes portrayed. Singing to heal, talking to horses like old friends, commanding the elements to rain or shine, or just being an elitist or a jerk to others. But the truth of an elven soul is that they feel and behave like old souls. They seem to radiate a bit of ancient energy while also having a youthful side. Elven souls know how to enjoy life at its present stage, and at the same time be acutely aware with some of the precautions too about the past history and life. Mainly, elven awareness is towards the environment and behaviors of humans to one another. We may see the war, the cruelty, and because we are so close to trees in spirit, then we have a very hard time rationalizing this need for domination or control over others. An elf soul is completely free, and nobody can tame them, but there is usually restraint or discipline within an elven soul themselves. Elven souls may not be the most popular or in the limelight even, and instead everyday folk. But we may look deeper into things and are not really impressed by society or how it is always run. We tend to look into souls rather than who you are in status or accomplishment. People think high elves are arrogant creatures of disdain, but really, if an elven soul can walk towards the path of love in their hearts, and are truly wise, then they are the type of person to speak to a homeless person with the same dignity and respect than a rich billionaire. It is because elven souls have the gift of insight, and can look into people as deep as they may look into themselves. They know the art of charm, enchantment, and poise, which can give them positive experiences in this world and give them opportunities others may not get, although it may not be the most fashionable way to be. And there is a bit of old charm to an elf. They may seem as if they are from another time, a time of grace and refinement, but also know how to have a good time as well. There is a bit of mystery about the elf soul on Earth. Elves can be very silly, happy, playful, and impish, knowing how to manipulate and weave magic in their meetings with people. Elves can be very creative, imaginative, and this can be both used in positive ways and negative ways. Elves are beyond just people. They have mastered the art of enchanting them for over many ages. They may even appear to be socially awkward or introverted even, and not really like to hang out with too many people they do not know very well. Though many elven souls simply want to live a peaceful life and a good one that they can enjoy with those they love. They are not interested in charming or enchanting you, but rather simply having people see the beauty of nature, and perhaps the beauty inside of themselves too. Elves absolutely love nature. They indeed should be called the tree people, if fairies are to be the flower folk. You will find a deep tree-hugging spirit in elven souls. That may be silly to some, but it is about a deeper connection with the trees when they used to talk to humans a long time ago. Not talk in the way we may with language, but there was and still can be an energy exchange of gratitude for the oxygen they bring in the world. Elves never forget that without the trees. They would not be here. You will probably find an elven soul browsing plants or small trees, walking in the forest to feel recharged and just think about life, or simply trying to hide behind trees, disappearing into their lowered branches, embraced by an old friend once again. But in today's modern world of hustle and bustle, You will find Elven Souls are the spirits of adaptability, and many will still use modern technology, keenly aware of its benefits, while still not betraying their old friend, nature, and its greenery. Elven Souls have had to adapt greatly to this world. In many ways, a phone or computer can still be a bit foreign in their hands, but the elf can be a fast learner and live with modern efficiency like others, or simply not and live solely off the land without it. It is all the choice to an elf. It makes no difference. As long as they are happy, others are happy, and the earth is not being directly affected by technology, this is when it can coexist in their hearts with them. But where technology creates concern for an elven soul is when the earth has to be touched by human hands to create space for technology. So if forests have to be cut down in order to create technology, or power lines or 5G towers are built a little too close to our trees, that can create unrest in an elven soul. A concern that these sacred life-giving organisms are not being treated with full respect that they deserve. It can be so hard for an elven soul on Earth as they see their world abuse and kill animals for sport, or without the act of gratitude for the food they provide some in this greater circle of life. To an elf, mankind may have lost connection to their natural world the more they became industrialized. So you may see these spirits speaking out for the trees and being their voices when they can. We elves are some of the last remaining voices of nature, while humanity moves into a world of advanced technology, and while we may even agree with it or participate in using it, we still understand the balance that is needed. Also, elves may see the underlying issues in society in terms of how people treat one another. There is a lack of respect that souls are giving to one another, a type of travesty of inequality when one group can dominate over another and enslave and take their land from them. So they may choose to speak up, or they may keep silent and feel deeply for those that suffer still, acutely aware of the choices others are making upon their fellow man today. To the elf, the human spirit is free, and always should be able to just be as they wish. Also, the land is free and belongs to all, and so there is no borders or designated spaces of nations in an elf's ancient mind. It is really one world of land and sea. It all belongs to the earth, and the earth only lets humans lease its land to build upon it for a little while, until it decides to shake itself off from those that may hinder the living and breathing ecosystem that we share. An elven soul may be different or strange to others, because they don't quite fit into society and they know it, and don't try to either. They simply do their own thing, very free-spirited in nature, and wish to help others liberate themselves as well, because they believe that the only way a soul can live is to be in harmony with nature you live around, and to free your hidden nature within. They know you cannot hide from who you truly are on the inside, who you were meant to experience yourself as. It is always good to be called different as an elf from current and historic states of humanity. Being a free-spirited person and being okay with being different and not following along with society's fads does not mean to hurt others if you please. It simply means you belong to the stars, earth, and realms of beyond, and your soul is not contained in this one reality. You are a multi-dimensional being of light and energy and the elements, and are here to express yourself as you please and what brings joy to you, while maintaining the harmony with other souls. So there is discipline there in how you express yourself or behave towards others. It is not always easy to hide your frustrations, upset, or even rage at people for how they treat the environment or each other. But you take your spiritual reminders from the higher beings of the trees, and remind yourself to be as them, to stand strong in this world even if alone. But the most wonderful thing an elf soul may discover after being years alone in their musings and broodings is that they are not really alone, and there are other elven souls out there who can play and connect with them. They are your soulkin. And while you may try to get along with everybody on Earth to create harmony, you know your heart belongs to the Fae folk. those unafraid to be themselves and to appreciate your type of elven magic that you do, and can always understand when you just need some quiet time with the trees.